What could possibly be so funny at a time like this? So far, he's losing the fight.
Heles is Heles in the Funimation English dub of Dragon Ball Super Episode 79, and Heles, as she is known in the English dub, is voiced by Mariam Baig, and the Japanese voice, just to compare and contrast, is Masumi Asano, who actually also plays Coco in the Saiyaman mini-arc of Dragon Ball Super. So, in Dragon Ball Super Episode 79, Heles, or Heles as she is known in the Funimation English dub, kind of like how Topo is actually Top in the English dub, is voiced by Mariam Baig. Now she is a theatre actress mostly, but she is also doing voice work, and Dragon Ball Super is one of her roles, Heles, the God of the Destruction of the Universe 2. So she very much sounds similar to the original Japanese dub, with a very soft-spoken, very sort of posh, I guess, accent. Not necessarily British, but just kind of a soft-spoken, but quite intelligent and posh, I guess, tone. And I really like this English dub incarnation of the voice. I mean, she didn't get a lot of lines, and the lines that she did speak in Dragon Ball Super Episode 79 I left at the start of the video just as a little voice sample. But yeah, just like the Topo one, or Top as the Funimation English dub calls it, both voices are extremely accurate. Heles, or Heles, whatever you want to call her, she is a great voice in the English. Mariam Baig does a great job sort of replicating the Japanese, but with that sort of soft-spoken posh tone, very godly, I guess, deity-like, but she also has her own flavor. Much like the rest of the Dragon Ball Super English dub voices, they have their own flavor, and they have to sort of be an adaptation while also keeping faithful to the Japanese, and they also, they do that so well, especially with these Tournament of Power voices, with the Trio de Dangers as well, which the Trio de Dangers is actually Trio of Dangers, in the Funimation English dub, not Trio de Dangers, which, is in the Japanese, so there's a bit of a difference there. The Trio of Dangers versus the Trio D Dangers. I kind of like the Japanese version of it, obviously, because it just sounds more badass. But anyway, back to Heles and Heles. The English dub change of of her name isn't really a huge deal to me, to be honest. I'm just going to still call her Heles because that's what we first, heard in the Japanese version, Heresu, Heles. I'm going to at least still call her Heles. There's really not much we can do about it. The Funimation English dub. Heles is in the Funimation dub credits for Dragon Ball Super Episode 79, so it's not really a huge deal, by the way. I think, what is important is the voice, and Mariam Baig does a great voice for Heles, or Heles, whatever you want to call her. Like, she just does a great job, and I think that's what's most important. I feel people get too hung up on the names and the, whether it's relating to the pun in exact, measurements or not, and that's important too. Like, we need an accurate script for the dub, but I also don't mind if they take a little bit of liberties, and with Top and Heles, it is the right call. Maybe not so Heles, but Top I feel like was a right call, and it's the best version of sort of translating that name. Now, I think people put too much weight on these names, and I think if the voices are good, and if the scripts itself are accurate, I think that's fine. But, so I think people get too hung up on the names, but I do think Top and Heles are just fine, and people get, a little too hung up on them. As long as the scripts are good and the voice acting works, then I think it's a solid dub. Now, obviously, you don't need to change, all their names, like the Harmony Gold dub did. Even though the Harmony Gold dub is not that bad, to be honest. It's just a traditional 80s dub, of Dragon Ball. How they change every goddamn name in the book, Zero, Bongo, Whiskers the Wonder Cat. Don't do that, but, I get why they are changing the names here. Yes, it is a bit inconsistent when, if Topo is in Xenoverse 2 and he's named Topo, but the dub in that game is saying Top, that could be a little confusing, but still it's not terrible. I just wish it was more consistent. But anyway, back to Heles, to really, end off this video talking about Heles here. Marion Bay, great job, just very posh, polite accent, and I really like her dialect in this. Like, she is just very soft-spoken and very sort of nice sounding, which fits with her sort of character because she's Universe 2, the goddess of love. So I kind of like that, very posh-spoken and stuff. It's just a good portrayal of a character, especially compared to Masumi Asano, the original Japanese voice, who, as I said, also plays Coco in the Saiman mini arc. Good stuff all round. So guys, that's going to do it for me. Please make sure to rate, comment, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye.